Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Steve 8K here, and today we are going to go over a new article that has been posted on the official Bethesda.net Fallout page. So it's a Fallout 76 article, and it's basically going over a lot of the new things that were revealed through the gameplays and what I would call sneak peeks that a lot of the press and also other individual YouTubers managed to go to. So what we're going to do, go over it. I'll put my thoughts in, and if you could also put your opinions, your thoughts, everything in the comments below. I'll try and chat to everyone as much as possible. So without further ado, let's go. So the article is titled "Our Future Begins. What's New in Fallout 76?" It goes on to read, if you're excited for Fallout 76, chances are you've spent quite a bit of time in Fallout 4, exploring the Commonwealth, establishing your settlements, and just trying to survive in a harsh post-nuclear world. You still have all those options when you hop into Fallout 76, but you may notice a few things are a little different. Fallout 76 is the first time you'll be able to explore the wasteland with others, and as such, some systems have been adapted to suit this exciting new adventure. So that's just a quick brief. There's not really much to say there. I would presume that most people that have subscribed to the channel have played Fallout 4, or maybe even getting into Fallout 4 and looking for tips and tricks, that kind of thing. But most of you will be aware of, the systems that are in Fallout 4, and my opinion that stuff like the Creation Club, the building, is there anything else in particular? I think that's the main two. Oh no, there's customizing your weapons and all that kind of things, was basically like a test, a kind of prod to see how it worked out. And obviously from afar, Bethesda would watch us YouTubers, people that are streaming through Twitch or Mix or anything, and gauging what the feedback was. And obviously a good chunk of it was positive. You either like it or you don't, but there's a good chunk of people that love the settlement building, such as myself. Loved customizing weapons and all that kind of jazz. So that was a kind of starting point for them. And going off all that settlement stuff is the next section of the article. So workshops and camp, C.A.M.P. The workshop returns from Fallout 4 with a wide variety of structures and defences to build using scavenged components and new structures like resource collectors to mine veins of components found in the world. One of the biggest additions for 76 is the camp, C.A.M.P. Construction and Assembly Mobile Platform. A personal workshop you can place almost anywhere in the world and use as a home base as you explore, moving it from place to place for new fast travel and respawn options. When you move your camp, C.A.M.P, all your built structures are stored and blueprinted just as you design them, so you can quickly rebuild or create copies of your favourite structures. This way, if your settlement is nuked or raided by other players, you won't have to worry about starting over from scratch. Your camp allows you to access your stash, a container for safe and permanent storage of things you want to keep. Your stash can also be accessed at stash containers found at train stations and red rocket stations. Fallout 76 also features public workshops that are unlocked through combat, either by clearing the area or contesting another player's ownership. Public workshops provide free building materials for crafted workbenches, mining resources, building defences to repel creature attack events and enemy players, or to experiment with structures to create new blueprints. Where your camp is yours and yours alone, a team of players can work together at the public workshops, building on what others did before them. So let's go back a little bit and see what we've got. So a good part of it is just from Fallout 4, and then they go on to say that there's a new thing called resource collectors that go on to mine your components. So I'm not sure how or what, you know, it's mining for, but I would presume, so most of the resources in build mode were like your brick, your wood, your ceramic, your oil, nuts and bolts or screws. What else do we have? I know I'm missing stuff. There's nuclear material, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm presuming it, when you put a resource collector down, it's mining for everything. The only question over it is, you know, what is it always constantly mining for stuff, or do you have to go back and fix it or add something to it? You know, how much is it mining? You know, is it like 50 screws every 15 minutes? Is there like, you know, what is this thing mining for, and what is the ins and outs of it? Because, you know, the article doesn't really say much. It just says that there is a resource collector. Then they go on to say that one of the biggest things is camp, which is your personal place that you can place anywhere in the world, and uses your home, and you can move it from place to place, uses a fast travel and a respawn. They say it's new. It's technically not, in the aspect that the item they've done, you know, the way that they're calling it, and the thing that you carry around, which is, you know, the little black box that's kind of got like a handle that you carry around, isn't it, you know, is new to an extent, but it's not new as the way that Fallout 4 players would know it. So basically, the settlements that you went to, let's say from Fallout 4 we'll pick Abernethy Farm, right? Let's say the main house is what now is your camp, right? When you plonk it down, and then it's putting the build radius out. So it's the same thing, it's just that it's not a pre-built settlement area like Abernethy, you know. It had it had a Brahmin there, it had fencing there, the house was there, it had bits and pieces in it. You could build off of it, you could build on top of it, you could build to the side of it. There's a big chunk of land in front of it where you could go and build a brand new house, factory, some other fancy structure, an arena for fights, all that kind of stuff. In that aspect, it's not, you know, new. It's just that you're able to carry it and put it anywhere you want. I mean, they could have already had this thought, but I'm beginning to think that they took it from a couple of the mods that were out there for Fallout 4, where it was like place anywhere or build anywhere. It was simply take your workbench, plonk it anywhere in the world you wanted. It gives you a build radius, you build within that build radius, and there you go. That's how I see it. And I'm pretty sure that is what they did. They could have already thought of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would have, but, you know, implementing it, they might have seen what happened. Like I said, a good part of 76, I think, it's built off Fallout 4's engine, effectively. It's got a lot of the stuff from Fallout 4 in it. All they've done is added a multiplayer component, put in a few new things in it so it feels fresh, and there you go. So what are we looking at here? When you move the camp, yeah, so basically when you move your camp, everything that you built is blueprinted and stored. So somebody comes along and nukes you, or someone comes along and destroys part of it, or maybe creatures come in and, you know, completely wreak havoc. You can rebuild it straight away, so all the progress you put in you won't have lost. So carrying on, so I just covered that bit about rebuilding. The other part of your camp is that you have a stash, which is a completely safe container that nobody else can get to, that you can keep all your little trinkets and things in. Apart from it being at your camp, all the train stations and red rockets around the world will also be points where you can pick up your stash, which is really good because you know, maybe you don't always want to plonk your camp out, or you're on a mission, you're passing a red rocket, let's say you stashed a particular gun with some bullets, you want to pick it up, so you go to the container, you pick it up, and off you go. And And then there's public workshops, which is basically the same as camp, with the added difference that, you know, you got to fight your way into this area, clear it out, and then everyone in the world can build in it. Everyone in the world's got access to it. So, you know, you have to be careful what you build and all that kind of stuff, because obviously you're adding on to that. And if you've got lots of resources and materials that you want to be building in your camp, obviously you're going to be wasting it by doing that. So, survival was the next topic of discussion on the article, which goes: maintain yourself and your equipment to peak efficiency, collect bonuses by staying well rested, well fed, well tuned and hydrated, but be careful to avoid catching diseases and mutations in the process by avoiding radiation, sleeping in safe beds, eating cooked food and drinking clean water. Your equipment breaks down with use, encouraging both the periodic repair of your favourite items as well as the motivation to try out new ones you find. All items have weight, including ammunition, so carefully manage of carry capacity becomes important. All these survival elements combine to provide a variety of gameplay decisions to find the right balance of what to collect, what to consume and when. So going on from that, well rested is pretty simple. You know, I don't know if sitting in a chair would count as well rested. I'm presuming you'd have to sleep in a bed or a mattress or something for that. Well fed is pretty obvious. You know, you got to keep yourself eating well. Well tuned, I think, is in reference to some of the gameplay we've seen where you get like a bonus from playing an instrument. So obviously that gives you some sort of bonus, and it's also part of the element of keeping yourself in tip-top condition. And hydrated is clearly you drinking. One part that caught my interest was sleeping in safe beds. So I'm presuming that you can't just simply go into a house or maybe a little bunker underneath a bridge or something and sleep in that bed. I'm getting the feeling that when they refer to safe beds, it's got to be at a camp, a workshop, something along that lines, which is quite interesting, because I know that in survival mode for Fallout 4, you were able to sleep in pretty much any bed, and it helped. So the fact that they're saying safe beds is quite an interesting capture of words. Diseases and mutations. The only thing I've added to that is that I've seen a few videos where people have had a mutation, but they've gone to clear the radiation off their meter, and once they've done that, the mutation's completely disappeared. There's no sign of it at all. So they kind of went on to say that there's a particular card that you use that has to be applied in order for you to keep that mutation. So I thought I'd point that out to anyone that didn't know. And also the diseases side of stuff, I'm pretty sure it's just simply, if you catch something like that, you have to get rid of it. There's no benefit to having it. So yes, that is, I think that's pretty much it for that. There's a weight limit again, which for people like me is going to be a bit of a struggle, because I've obviously used mods recently in my Fallout 4 playthrough on Twitch where, weight has no bit, it doesn't affect me at all. So I'm going to have to get used to that again. Now we'll carry on and progression. In Fallout 76, the special SPECIAL character system returns and all attributes start at 1. You can build your character as you level up by allocating points to your special stats: strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility and luck. You can allocate 1 point to a special category with each level up until 50. In addition to gameplay bonuses granted by increasing special stats, each point can be used to equip a perk card related to that category. For example, the more points you have in strength, the more strength perk cards you can equip. Perk cards can be equipped and unequipped at any time. You can collect perk cards by choosing one on each level up and through randomized perk card packs that you earn at level up milestones. Perk cards feature returning favourites like Bloody Mess and dozens of new perks, including new team focused ones that utilise charisma. When you have duplicate perk cards, you can even combine them to increase their level and the bonuses attached to them. These higher level perk cards will require more special points, but it will be worth it for increasing important things like your first aid skill or your ability to drink dirty wasteland water. So I will just quickly go over that a bit better. So you have your special, which is exactly the same as Fallout 4, but you can level up to 50, which is a lot higher than what was in Fallout 4. So you have, what was it? Everything starts at 1. As you level up on milestones, you get points. You put your points into your perks, and from there you have the cards that you can slot into those perks. They are all randomized in packs, which you earn when you level up a certain milestones, which I remember it's something along the lines of you get, is it 2 cards up to level 10, and then after that I'm pretty sure it's 1 pack, but I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. I know I've got that wrong somewhere along the lines, but basically you get a pack at certain milestones, and I think there's other things that they might have hidden away that they've not quite said, because they've simply said milestones. They haven't cleared up what milestones are, so you never know. You could be doing a mission and you could get a couple packs from that. So the returning favourites, Bloody Mess, are back. There's new ones that are team focused that go into charisma. So the way charisma works on this is that you as you level up, you can actually share a perk from the charisma with your teammates. They will also get the benefit of that, as well as whatever card they already are using. So you know, they're effectively getting 2 uses out of 2 useful things, rather than the one that they already had. Duplicates, you can combine them. That increases their level and the bonus attached to them. The higher level perk cards require more special points in the particular section. So I would presume, you know, let's say a 2-star card means you would have to have minimum 2 points in that particular section before you could apply that card. The same as, I would presume, if you have 3 points on a card, you would need to have 3 points available to put it in that section. And obviously they've put some important stuff in there where you have certain perk cards to allow you to eat and drink dirty water and all that kind of stuff without being affected by, obviously, its negative effects. Fast travel now. You can fast travel to discovered locations for a nominal caps fee that increases with distance and player level, but fast travel is always free for travel to your teammates, your camp, and the Vault 76 entrance. So that's pretty clear and simple. You can fast travel like you did in Fallout 4. Fast traveling to your teammates, your camp, and the Vault 76 entrance is completely free. Fast traveling to anywhere else on the map will cost a caps fee. The further away it is, the more caps you will be charged. Death and respawn now. When you fall in combat, you can be revived by other players if they have a spare stim pack and move quickly enough to save you. If you are not revived, you can choose a respawn location for fast travel from the world map. When you die, you drop all your collected junk, for example your building components, and receive a quest on respawn to retrieve it. You can earn and equip specific cards to augment revive events, granting bonuses to you or your helper, allowing you to revive players with booze or even summon the mysterious stranger. So the first part is quite simple. When you drop, If your teammate can get to you quick enough, they use a stim pack, you're back to your, I would presume, at least half health, and you can be on your way. If you're not revived, it goes back to the fast travel part, where you can go anywhere to the camp. Your teammates or the Vault 76 entrance are free, or you're going to have to, you know, pick somewhere else. In which case, if you do, you get charged a caps fee. The further away from you that is, the more caps. Also, when you die, you've dropped all your junk, your building resources. You're going to receive a request to go and get it. Then there's a bit saying that earning and equipping specific cards augments revive events, which grant a bonus to you and your helper, allowing you to revive players with booze or summon the mysterious stranger. The mysterious stranger part is interesting. Are they referring to the fact that if you drop down, they can't get to you quick enough, there'll be an option for them to send the stranger to help you? Because if so, that's pretty cool. We'll go with the next part of the article, which is my dreaded part, over encumbrance. When your inventory exceeds your carry weight and you are over encumbered, you cannot sprint or fast travel, though you can still jump and move at your normal running speed. However, your normal movement drains action points and your movement slows to a crawl with your AP running out. To get back below your carry weight, drop some items, or even better, place your camp nearby and store excess items in your stash box for later use. You can also scrap all your junk at any workbench you come across. Now the end of that article is very easy, but we'll go to the beginning for a minute. So if you exceed your inventory carry weight, you become over encumbered. That's the same as Fallout 4. That is pretty obvious right there. When you become over encumbered, just like Fallout 4, you can't sprint, you can't fast travel. You can still jump and you can still move. In 76 at your normal running speed, it says. I know for Fallout 4 you couldn't run at all, it was like a slow walk. So they've changed that, but you have a normal run, it would seem. And you can run at that normal speed, over encumbered. Doing so, though, will drain your action points and your movement will slow down to a crawl when your AP is out. To get back to your carry weight, which is basically them saying to fill up your AP and so you don't have all these effects, you can either drop the stuff, which I'm presuming a lot of people won't. For you not to do that, for you to keep everything but not be over encumbered, they're saying that you can drop your camp, store your stuff, and pretty much be on your merry way by the looks of it. I'll just double check that bit. You can also scrap all your junk in. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much you drop your camp, you get rid of your stuff, you're fine. You can also scrap all the junk at a workbench you come across. So I'm presuming they're saying that there's workbenches within the world as well that you can just pop over to, dump it in and be gone. So that's a good way of becoming over encumbered, because I'm probably going to go with the tactic of loot everything, you know, just go ham, drop a camp, put it in my storage, do it again, rinse and repeat. That'll be a good way to get a lot of stuff up, because obviously there's going to be no mods where you can get extra stashes of wood, steel, concrete, screws, all that stuff. I'm hoping that the vendors in the world are quite generous with that stuff. I mean, some of you might have seen on my YouTube channel where I've given you some simple Fallout 76 builds that you can basically take out of Fallout 4 and push over 76. They've confirmed that the build system's pretty much the same, but it has newer things in it. So you know, that's amazing, because it means my videos are relevant, so that's good. But it also means that anybody that watches it can copy it and paste it over. and obviously if we use the tactic of loot everything, stash it in your bot, you know, in your camp, and then be gone, then that means we're going to stack up so much material that we'll be able to build these amazing places. Not for us, but even at public workshops, which I'm really looking forward to. So they are now talking about the map. The New World map has been brought out of the Pip-Boy and into its own full colour screen, with new options like access to a photo mode and the social menu. The approximate location of other players is shown on the world, so you can meet up with them or choose to take the road less travelled. So it's pretty simple here. In Fallout 4, and you know, Fallout 3, Vegas, you popped up on your Pip-Boy on this option. They've decided to give you a more wider view, put it in full colour, and pop it out like a paper map. I'm not against that. I'm absolutely fine with that. I don't mind that at all. I mean, the image of the map that I've got here is detailed. That is one thing that hits me straight away. It's detailed, and actually seeing it in colour is actually quite nice. I presume that that's an idea to draw more players in, as well as seeing the map easier, because having it on your Pip-Boy in black and white, you know, for us veterans, we love that. But I know for a fact it's an online game. They're going to want to make as much money as they can from this. They're going to want to attract the younger audience as well, and having it in colour and looking gorgeous is going to pull those people in. Photo mode is in most games now, so I'm not against that. I'm happy with that. I'm a semi. What would I say? I would say I'm good. I'm good at photo mode. I mean, I did it in Grand Theft Auto Online. I made amazing friends from that. I mean, I can do a video on a collection of all the photos I took from that, so you can see the kind of stuff I did, and also what I could be doing in Fallout 76. If so, pop a comment in the box below, and I will happily do a video on that, showing that stuff off. So I'm happy with photo mode. The social menu is interesting. They just say it's social menu. I'm presuming they're going to be linking stuff to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, maybe Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. It's not lower breaking per se. It's in a menu. I'm kind of about it. I'm not. I'm one that I'll post a lot to Twitter. So if it's interesting or whatever, it's good that you're able to share that. And also having this nice big colourful map also with the players on the map is handy. It's probably another reason they've done it in colour, so you know the markers on the map, you'll be able to see your players no problem. So yeah, we'll go past that. It's pretty much, you know, a map gone in colour, and I've talked about the points basically that I feel are relevant to that. So PvP and multiplayer now. Strangers can be dangerous in Appalachia. If you shoot back at attacking players, you can battle each other for caps in dueling feuds and team clashes for dominance. But if you choose not to fight, incoming player damage is severely reduced to help you make your escape. Players that manage to murder non-combatants are marked as wanted, a status that enables all players to join in delivering full damage justice at any time for a bounty on the offender, until the wanted status is cleared by death at the hands of a player. Players gain no benefits from murdering someone, and when they are inevitably killed by another player, their bounty comes out of their own cap stash. So you know, that always tinkering, stalking SOB, that is a pain in the, you know, basically a pain in the dick. Following you around, being a pest, killing everyone, becomes wanted, you kill their ass, they drop caps, bang, justice is served. You know, everyone's hunted them down and they've lost a good chunk of caps. It's nice swift justice on that one. Combat. VATS, Vault Tech Assisted Targeting System, is now performed in real time and useful in locating enemies for an AP cost. Stealth factors into VATS and HUD visibility for player versus player combat Teams share in loot from enemies killed by other teammates. All players that assist in creature kills are granted full XP. So we'll quickly go over the last point there, that all players that assist and partake in killing creatures get full XP. VATS is real time. I know that you have to have a perk card to be able to target certain body parts, but you know, quickly using the basic VATS will obviously point out a player in the world, and if they're close to you, or even creatures or anything else. Stealth now factors into VATS, and HUD visibility for PvP. Teams share loot from enemies killed by their teammates. So, you know, that is all pretty simple. There's nothing really drastic there other than that VATS is in real time. Some people will hate it, some people will like it, but with an online game, it was inevitable. There's no way that you can go into VATS and expect it to slow down or stop, because that's given a disadvantage. So I'm happy enough with that. Outfits. In Fallout 76, we allow players to wear whatever armor pieces are optimal for survival, but they can choose to wear an outfit on top of that, so you can look how you want and not sacrifice survivability. This freedom also means your fellow 76ers can look wildly different, so you'll still see combat armor, radar armor, and the friendly blue of Vault 76, but you'll also see people wearing clown costumes, park ranger outfits, and more. So this is another thing I think they picked up from people doing mods on Fallout 4, where basically one of the big pains was you put this great outfit on, and then you put your armor on, and the armor just completely hides your, you know, your wonderful costume or your wackiness. In this, you can put your armor on, and then you can put, you know, certain suits and costumes, whatever, on top, so you'll look completely different, but still be completely protected from all the armor you've placed on. NPCs. As in our previous Fallout games, after the bombs fell, cold hard metal survived, so you'll encounter a lot of robots and AI surviving and adapting to the new world. Some of our robots are major quest givers, and you'll get to know them well. One of the central themes of the game is that the Vault 76 opens its doors. Players are the only living people in the entire game world, so our stories focus on the notes, holotapes, and terminals of the brave but now sadly deceased former residents of Alopecia. Who were these people? How did they die? Are there things the dead can teach me? Are there things they left undone that need to be finished? So basically they're saying everyone within, what is it, Alopecia dropped dead. There's obviously lore in place to find out who they are, how they died, what their death can teach you, and obviously if they were in the process of something when they died, you're going to finish basically what they did through the holotapes, through the notes. Events. Events are designed to be easy for people to drop in and instantly be working together toward a shared objective. For most events, PvP is turned off and all the incentives point to friendly cooperation. Everyone succeeds or fails together, and the rewards are applied equally. Events are ideally with groups, but they can be completed by solo as well. We have some events that are specifically designed for PvP, but you have to opt in for these. So basically, being an online game, they're going to have events to keep everything busy and still relevant. By default, PvP is off. Everything earned within these events is equal. There will be events that are easy enough to be done solo, and there are also events that will be done with PvP in mind, but there will be obviously an opt-in option / screen for you to be opting in for it, so you know from the off it's going to be PvP, which is good. I don't expect those parts to be filled up very obvious, but there will be people that are quite bloodthirsty and just go for it. Supply drops. Supply drops come from an automated system that was built by the emergency services of Alopecia. which would allow people to request government airdrops of vital supplies. Every now and then you'll come across a US government supply requisition holotape, and if you get it to a radio tower, you can call in a supply drop. Of course, goodies falling from the sky attracts not only enemy AI but other players as well. So in other words, to get a nice source of rations, effectively, there's got to be supply drops, but you have to find the holotape, and then you have to activate that holotape once you do the supply drops. But doing so is going to attract a lot of AI players as well as actual real players in the world, so be on the lookout for that. Nukes. A big part of the main questline revolves around players becoming their own nuclear powers. Nukes are a very big in-your-face way that players can change the world around them. Not only is the area irradiated and filled with deadly creatures, but unique resources can be gathered to craft unique high-level gear. The process of launching a nuke is complex and time-consuming, but it's also an incredible accomplishment. And when you finally succeed, the moment is just begging for a photo opportunity with your mushroom cloud in the distance. I think I've been over this before, but I'll briefly go over it again. Basically, you and your party of friends have to get a code. Sourcing all these codes out is going to take a lot of time and probably a lot of resources and your actual time as well. Once you've done so, you go to a main launch area. You probably have to break in and get past another lot of enemies. Then once you've plonked your launch codes in, you push the button, you select somewhere, and bang, that's it. Off it goes. Then once it's done, you go into that area, but you have to be careful because it's highly irradiated, so obviously going with the wrong type of gear is going to kill you. But getting in there, finding the stashes, you're going to be absolutely geared to the hilt. And they've made it in as pretty a way as you could call a nuke dropping on you. They've done it in that way so you can make brilliant photos from it too. So we're coming up to the last two parts now. Post-launch, while we're focusing on making Fallout 76 as good as it can possibly be when it's released on November 14th, we of course plan to keep adding new ways to enjoy the game. Our goals are to respond to players' feedback and give everyone more of what they love in 76, including all updates for free. That is once again a very simple thing. They're gonna obviously they'll probably let it sit for like let's say a couple of weeks to a month, get all the feedback, fix all the bugs, and then while doing that, they'll probably have a separate team working on DLC/updates that are completely free. And the way that they're funding this, which we all know is microtransactions through cosmetics only, they'll have a store, you can buy the stuff, but you can also find those cosmetics in the world if you work for them. So, you know, it's a 50-50, they win, we win, everyone's happy. The last part is new soundtrack. A brand new Fallout means a brand new soundtrack. Fallout 76 welcomes back Ein und Zer for a score inspired by the beauty of West Virginia. Listen to the main theme below. I'll repost that theme on my YouTube channel. I will also put a link down in the bottom below for you to go and view it on the official Bethesda page. And that is pretty much it. So this video has run close to 40 minutes. It's probably going to go over it, but you know, that's technically a brief of what everyone saw/did with their gameplay reveals, but slapped in an article and pointing out the main things. To sum it all up, from what I've seen, what I've read, what I've tweeted, I still stand by it. A lot of people got upset that it was going multiplayer. They all freaked out. There was lots of questions thrown at Pete Hines. He answered most of them absolutely fantastically. In fact, he didn't do most of them fantastically. He answered all of them fantastically. And he went into as much depth and clearing it up as he could. I'm presuming he's been bombarded yet again since all these gameplay reveals have come out. But I know that they're trying to make this the best experience they can for the fans, new and old. They've also trying to make this system simple enough for new players to come in and just, get to grips with it almost immediately and learn. And then they've made it complex enough, with enough depth, that the veteran players like myself, have something to grab onto, still learn, still enjoy. I have no quabbles in it whatsoever. I always said, in Bethesda and in Todd we trust. My point has come across like that. I mean, everyone is now beginning to realise that it's either for them or not. It's just Fallout but done online, and I've seen enough gameplay as well with people going lone that it's almost the exact same experience. You don't even technically realise you're online. I've even seen a few people say that. Having the added benefit of online will allow people's friends, family and all that to come in, enjoy, have fun, have a good laugh. And I believe this will succeed for years to come. I also believe the sales figures will be incredibly high. I believe they can push up to the heights of Fallout 4. There is nothing stopping them from doing that. Once people start hearing about this, people, not everyone like myself or the ones watching this are online, watching YouTube videos, reading the articles. There's people out there that are also hearing it for the first time. There's people that don't even know Fallout exists. I believe the mentality a lot now is online related things. I believe when they hear this, they're gonna gobble it up. It's got combat. It's got a beautiful setting. It's got missions. It's got lore. It's got all the systems you could need from an open world multiplayer game, basically. And it's got all the tropes of it too. I mean, you've got supply drops, you've got your hunger and your thirst, keeping yourself healthy. You got the outfits, the combat. You got your PvP. They've got a beautiful map in place. You got weight limits. The death and respawning is very, very same, but at the same time very Fallout. And fast traveling is in place still, and they've worked a beautiful way around that. And then you've got all these wonderful perk cards that you can just play around with. It's like collecting football cards, and trying to find the best combination, but collecting them all at the same time. They are. I don't even need to wish Bethesda the best of luck with this, because they're gonna do it. They're gonna smash it out the park. I'm looking forward to playing online. I am craving it badly. I am looking forward to doing it solo, and I'm also looking forward to playing with people online in a party and doing the things that I've already done solo, doing it together as a party. So I will call it there. I will link the article in the description below. I will link the new soundtrack in the description below. And I thank you for watching this. If you have stayed this far, I adore you, and I thank you so very much for this. Please don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SteveAcoOfficial. You can also follow me and subscribe to me on Twitch TV/Steve8K. And I'll catch you all next time. So till then, good luck, have a nice day, peace out.